From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, I'm Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Tuesday, February 28th. A slightly cooler Tuesday to end the month of February. The biggest part of the day will be cloudy, but the cloud cover will move on out, and we'll have some nice sunshine closer to sunset. The winds are going to be breezy, nowhere near as strong as we had yesterday on Monday's winds. Highs are going to top out in the mid-50s, so really not a bad day in store. Today, President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan goes before the Supreme Court. The plan would either reduce or eliminate debt for millions of Americans. It faces two challenges in the high court. The Biden administration says 26 million people have applied for debt relief. 16 million have been approved for up to $20,000 in forgiveness and are eagerly awaiting a decision. According to the Education Data Initiative, there are more than 906,000 student loan borrowers living in Indiana. Each one owes an average of $28,000. 6 Republican-led states are suing, arguing the plan is a clear violation of Biden's executive authority. 2 students also filed a lawsuit against it. Both have student loans, but one is ineligible for relief because her loans are commercially held. The other student is not eligible for the full amount because he didn't receive a Pell Grant. 2 big critics of President Biden's plans are Senator Markwayne Mullin and Representative Kevin Hern, each tweeting that U.S. citizens can't pick up the tab for every student loan borrower. Some Republicans say that student loan forgiveness is bad policy. So far, Republican-appointed judges have kept Biden's plans from going into effect. It remains to be seen how the Supreme Court, dominated 6-3 by conservatives, will respond. Arguments are scheduled for 2 hours starting at 10 a.m., but could go longer. Some of the waste from Ohio's toxic train derailment is coming to central Indiana. It will be dumped at a landfill in Rochdale, Indiana, a small town about an hour west of Indianapolis. The EPA says the waste is also being sent to Grafton and Vickery, Ohio. Officials say the additional sites will make cleanup easier. Toxic waste is also being sent to facilities in both Michigan and Texas. State police here in Indiana say the man troopers shot yesterday was wanted on several charges. It happened late yesterday morning in an apartment complex near I-65 and Southport Road. Christopher Crouch is from Nineveh. Investigators say he had warrants for drug and gun charges. Troopers say they tracked him to a Southside hotel and he took off in a stolen car as they closed in. Police say they chased Crouch until he hit an embankment and went into a pond. State police say Crouch got out and ran and fired at least one shot at police, and a trooper also fired, wounding Crouch, sending him to the hospital. State police are not yet saying who fired first. Indianapolis police say a hit and run on the east side left a man in critical condition. It happened just after 10 last night on Shadeland near 46th Street. Investigators think a vehicle hit the man as he walked in the middle of the street, and the driver took off. Police haven't released a description of the suspect's vehicle. We're also working to learn the name of the man hit. A proposed plan would effectively shut down and get rid of the traffic court in Marion County. If approved by the Supreme Court, this means if someone wants to contest a traffic violation, they do it in any of the 10 courtrooms that handle misdemeanors and low-level offenses in Marion County. iTeammate found state data that shows there were 43,000 cases filed in 2021. The Marion Superior Court says people can submit comments on the changes, which are slated to happen by March 30th. The Indianapolis Public Library Board says it has someone in mind for the CEO job. Acting Chief Administrative Officer Anita Harden updated the board on the search during a public meeting last night. During Harden's presentation, a board member suggested interviewing Nichelle Hayes because the board fully expects her to be named CEO. Harden said the search committee must still analyze results of its interviews and present them to the board. She said they plan to finish up interviews by March 14th. Wish TV medical expert and former Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams is offering insight on a new report about the origin of COVID-19. As we've reported, the Department of Energy recently found with low-level confidence the virus most likely came from a lab leak in China. Dr. Adams says, we still don't know anything for sure, but that the Biden administration went through multiple agencies to get answers.
Not surprised. It's not as big of a deal as people are making it out to be because you still don't have anything conclusive, no smoking gun. But I am surprised that the Biden administration didn't publicize this more. It wasn't talked about.
Experts say the true origin of the pandemic may not be known for many years, if ever. Local leaders are fighting a now frequent battle, keeping the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis. The city is locked in as the host through next season. 2025 and beyond is still in question. Other cities want it. Visit Indy claims the event generates about $9.6 million each year. The agency says the city's size, service industry, and commitment to sports set Indianapolis above other contenders. This year's Scouting Combine starts Thursday. Former Colts quarterback Carson Wentz is once again without a team. The Washington Commanders released him yesterday after just one season. The Colts had traded Wentz last March for a package of draft picks. The team says it was able to get out of the final 2 years of the contract without any salary cap penalty. The 30-year-old faces an uncertain future in the NFL. If signed as a free agent, Wentz would join his fourth team in 4 seasons. To the Pacers, the team will look to win 2 games in a row for the first time in more than a month when they travel to take on the Mavericks. Tonight's game in Dallas is the second of a 4-game road trip for the team. The Pacers are coming off a 13-point victory over the Magic on Saturday. The team hasn't won 2 games in a row since wins over Portland and Charlotte in early January. A key to tonight's game will be the dynamic duo of Miles Turner and Tyrese Halliburton, of course. Tip-off is at 8:30. IU climbs higher and Purdue holds fast in the newest men's college basketball polls. The Boilermakers stay at number 5 even after the weekend loss to the Hoosiers, who now jump to 15th in the nation. Houston is still number 1. The loss that ended the regular season for the IU women did not damage the Hoosiers' ranking. Indiana is still number 2, only trailing South Carolina. Happening today, a major boost for affordable housing in Indianapolis. CVS Health is pledging $10 million to build a new 48-unit development called the St. Lucas Lofts. Most of the housing will be for families who qualify, with 10 units specifically for homeless youth. The pledge from CVS builds on $2 million from the city for the project. Leaders from the company will join the mayor, the developer, and others for today's announcement at 10 at the Inglewood Christian Church on North Rural Street. And finally, to business headlines, apartment rents fell in every major metropolitan area in the U.S. over the past 6 months through January. That trend is expected to continue this year as the biggest delivery of new apartments in nearly 40 years is slated for this year. Renters with new leases in January paid a median rent that was 3.5% lower than they would have paid last August, according to the apartment list. Meta will create a new product group inside the company focused on generating AI, a new set of techniques that allow computers to generate text, draw pictures, and create the other media that resemble human output. The AI will be featured on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. A UK consulting firm, NetVoucher Codes, says millions of jobs are at some risk of artificial intelligence. The jobs most vulnerable are cashiers, customer service representatives, and bookkeepers. Interestingly, 15.7 million job sector roles are likely to use AI to increase productivity. McDonald's is expanding its test with Krispy Kreme to approximately 160 restaurants in Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky. Last October, 9 McDonald's restaurants started selling Krispy Kreme donuts to test how the menu experiment affected their operations. The burger chain has also been leaning into coffee, a common pairing with donuts, to encourage diners to visit more frequently. Bare minimum Mondays are a TikTok trend being embraced by young workers. It's when workers put in the least amount of work on Mondays to get through the day. It's kind of like quiet quitting, but only on Mondays. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.